Hello, this is Dr. Christy Patton-Lukes, a chemical engineering professor at Missouri S&T. In this video lesson, we're going to look at our numerical differentiation example for a function, but we're going to do the problem using VBA instead of Excel. And this was the example problem we were looking at. F of x is 2 to the x over 2 to the x minus 3 to the x when x is equal to 1. Now I have already written the code. If we come in here and bring up our Visual Basic, you'll see that I've already written the code. And I want to talk you through what I've done because I'm trying to teach you some different things about VBA as well as the programming for this case. I've done this one for the central finite difference formula. I did the one that's supposed to be the better of the two, which is the delta x to the fourth. So this should be our better answer. And I decided this time, instead of setting up anything so that it's actually in the Excel, I'm going to do this one all interactively. And so you need to learn how to do that. An input box is a way that it's going to ask you a question. Okay, tell me what number you want to use for x. Tell me what number you want to use for delta x. So I've set those up right here. And then I need to evaluate the derivative formula. So I'm doing this derivative using this formula for the central finite differences. And this is the numerator. And then I can change the numerator divided by 12 delta x. I set it up this way because that way if you wanted to do one of the other formulas, it would be relatively easy to just change just the numerator and then just this one number here, 12 or 2 or whatever it is. Now I did set this up in terms of a function, so I'm going to call a function. And I named it mainfunc. I don't know, needed to name it something. And so this is my function. And so I would, as I change functions, only need to edit this. All right? Now, I want to again give output, and since I'm trying to do this one interactively, I've done it using a message box, and it'll tell me the derivative in a message box. So let's just run this and see what happens. So I'm going to run this macro. What value do I want to do? Now notice the first string is the question that goes here. The second string I had in my input box goes up here. Okay, it's like a heading. And so f of x, I wanted to do this when x is equal to 1. And what do I want to use for delta x? Let's say 0.00, I don't know, it's the computer. I can make it do whatever I want to, right? 0.001, I'll do that. And it's going to immediately pop up and give me the answer for the derivative. Now I have not told it to round this to any specific number of decimal places. Okay, so I could improve upon this with a little bit more knowledge of formatting in VBA. We'll worry about that on another day, but just be aware. Now, how many decimal places? If I had delta x to the is 0.001, I have to the fourth power 1, 2, 3, 4. So I actually can accept most of these digits. The last 3 I ought to trash. But this is going to get me a very good estimate of the derivative. So play with this a little bit. And again, this is something that you might wish to save, maybe some variations on this. You can also set it up for second derivatives or any of the other formulas that we have. Thank you very much for your time.